Previously on Survivor.
Sort of game where people aren't really going to ask each other right away if people are talking. So I feel like if I get in good with everyone, then I'll be safe for the first little while.
You know what?
Nothing. He reads it and doesn't respond. Okay. So I answer your question. Yes, I looked for an idol, and you don't respond when I ask it back, but then you'll just talk about something else. Like,
A Jamie and Nikolai game for me.
I don't know if I can trust these people. So I need this test of tribal. So I'm really hoping we can go to it tonight.
I'm kind of just looking at the statistics side of everything, as in like who I've, talked to the least, or, how the challenges are going. I can't say much about how the challenges are going because, my part of the challenge didn't go as well as I hoped, but...
Avery, a token of trust.
I was so confident that we weren't going to go to tribal, and we did. So my kind of confidence of not going, thinking we were in a good spot, came crumbling down. And we ended up having to vote off Ronnie, which really sucked. But, he was a good sport about it. It seemed like there was no animosity towards that.
And Amy right now, she trusts me a lot right now, especially since Ronnie ended up pulling her name out. She's a little frantic, but hopefully we just win the next immunity and never have to come back to tribal again.
Idol Hunt is off the hook right now. I've been talking with Trey a lot, and he had a couple of leads, and he came to me and asked if I would lend him some coins, and I decided to give them to him. And according to him, he found one of the hidden immunity idols. Kudos to him, and it's brave of him to share that information. Both me and Josie know this. Definitely a little worried. I don't know if I'd want to be him, considering multiple people know that he has that power.
What happened was, I found the same hidden immunity idol clue that Trey did, which was great. It proved that Trey is actually being 100% honest with me, and so I don't need to worry about him. He's still okay with keeping some things away from Mark, which is great. That means me and him got something. Hopefully we can keep it to at least the marriage.
I'm really happy with my tribe. We're all friends now. I genuinely really like every single person that is in this tribe. I mean, Saffron Strong at this point, I think going to tribal first lit a fire under our butts, and we absolutely refuse to go back. Because at this point, I don't want to vote anyone off. I really don't. And it would make me really sad to have to choose. Obviously, I would have to choose outside of my alliance right now with Mark, Trey, and Avery. Mark, Trey, and Avery. It would have to be Amy or Josie, which I like them both a lot. I don't want to have to choose.
After my performance at the immunity challenge, I feel like I put a pretty big target on my back, so I've been trying to limit that a little bit. I think I was deciding whether or not I wanted to tell my tribe about that it was me that gave them the advantage, but I'm deciding against it because I'm already perceived as a physical threat, and I don't want people to think of me as being a mental, having a mental game threat as well. So I think I'm just gonna let that go and just kind of reap the rewards of winning first place there and getting the threat on my back lowered a little bit. Basically my game plan going forward is to just kind of remain a little bit distant in the group, in the tribe chat, just to make it seem that I'm not as interested or involved in the game, but secretly really be involved, still searching for advantages and idols.
What I'm feeling. Also, Ari is not really saying much. I know he's digging himself a little grave. I was going to originally align myself with Ari, but now I'm not totally positive. It really depends. Hopefully I can dig him out and maybe help him like bring him back up.
Trying to water my mouth.
The person voted out of Survivor is Justin. Justin, you blindsided me and I hit the immunity idol? Oh my god!
We're here in the spy shack. Survivor Cagayan style here, in the bushes. Better hope they don't see me.
To destroy my favorite hat. It's a Roots Canada hat. This is so sad. I will remember you. I think I did okay. Is that fine?
Rice, the ratio for rice, making rice is 2 to 1. Got 1 rice.
Survivor to me is a game that pushes you to your limits and proves to you just how strong you really are. That's what Survivor is to me.
It's kind of crazy last 24 hours or so.
I sincerely wonder sometimes if my teammates have a life. And I do not mean that like to be snide or like condescending.
Liv annoys me, man. She annoys me because she's being so domineering. Like during that whole challenge, I was like, yes, I'll do the ice cream bar thing. I just need to do some paperwork so I can leave work, and I'm gonna do it right when I get home. All set, got it, got you. And she was like, Sarah, you gonna do it? If you don't respond, what are we gonna do? Who has an ice cream bar? And I'm like, girl, calm down. Like, read the messages. I'm coming. Like, I'm not, like, Jesus. And then she did the same thing with the whole, like, messaging about, like, the host. Like, I'm like, yep, I have it all set. She's like, oh my God, are you gonna do it? Are you good? I'm like, I've got it, I'm fine. So she's been a little much.
And this last challenge really showed that Jamie will put in a ton of work for our tribe and our alliance. I think she's probably doing the most.
That if we do go to tribal, I don't want Amy to go. She's like a challenge beast. I don't know why I didn't think of this stuff. Challenge hasn't happened yet.
I'm feeling super confident going into the end of this challenge. We've gotten everything done that we need to, and the things that we haven't gotten done yet, we have scheduled.
Last night, Gazania, my tribe, unfortunately lost our second immunity challenge. We were in the lead for the vast majority of it, and right there at the end, everything kind of turned around on us. We got a couple of deductions from the different points on the scavenger hunt that we had to do, one of them being Rob, which we'll come back to, and the other one being Jake. But the bigger thing is that we had a percentage deduction for our tribe that made us drop down below the other two tribes. And I think that's really where it came down to. And that brings me up to where I'm at in the game in terms of alliances, who I'm working with, who I think I'm working with anyway.
They misread some things or didn't do some things quite right, and now we've lost points. And yeah, somehow I'm sure I'm gonna be the one that has to go home for, even though I didn't mess up. All because I just couldn't get on video chat. Interesting, if you ask me.
I, in the last couple of days, have made an alliance called the Allies. And that is with Jake, Dinara, my three musketeers, Julia, and Jamie. And the five of us have been talking, and we find ourselves caught in the middle because B is good with voting Rob out because Rob's tossing her name out, and Rob wants B because he hasn't felt a connection with her so far. So the five of us are in the middle, and we're working together to figure out who we want to vote out.
Other thing is, I'm like, I reached out to literally everyone on my tribe and had a good conversation with most everyone on my tribe. So then I'm like, well, what is it about me that they don't like that they want to vote me out so hard? I mean, I'm not going to be upset and I'm not going to be bitter. And I wish they would just stop pretending and playing this game of like, oh, I don't know who I'm going to vote for. We have to vote. Yes, you do. At this point in the game, you know who you're voting for and you know who you're aligned with. And if it's not me, that's fine. But I would appreciate if you would tell me.
I don't know if it's because I performed well or people want to work with me and trust me, but either way, I'm really excited and can't wait to see what happens next.
We're good. B, 5 days into Survivor, do you feel like it's too early to form alliances? Do you feel like there are alliances in the game, or do you feel like your tribe is unified overall and still getting to know each other?
I feel like I feel like 5 days isn't too early to have alliances, and I wouldn't be surprised if there are alliances going on. But I imagine that most people are going to say, "Oh no, we're just a unified tribe. We're all BFF. We all hate to see somebody go," because that's like, you're gonna want to play it cool. You're not gonna give everything away right away.
All right. Dinara, are you able to talk right now? No? Okay, I'm gonna ask everyone else, and then if she is not able to talk, then I'll just show her video that she sent in. Jake, it is only the second. Oh, hi, Denara. Are you able to talk?
Yeah, just give me like 30 seconds.
No, you're good. I can ask everyone else and then come back to you.
Okay, perfect. That'd be awesome.
Okay. Jake, it is only the second tribal council, but connections in a game like Survivor can be formed early on. Do you feel like you have people you can fully trust long term, or are you playing with a more open mindset?
I think you're still muted, Jake.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I feel that there's people that I can trust for long term in the game. I mean, and you never want to feel too comfortable. So, and nobody wants to be too close-minded, but nobody wants to be too open-minded. So, it's definitely a balance.
All right. Jamie, you are clearly a front runner in the challenge for your tribe. Walk us through your thoughts on that. Are you happy to step up and work as hard as you can, potentially harder than others? Or are you somewhat annoyed that you were willing to lose sleep for the benefit of your tribe, but others weren't?
Damn. That's a loaded question. First of all, no. I had...
Hey, bite my head. Sorry.
I had a blast. I'm just really excited that I'm playing this game and I get this opportunity. And, I told my tribe, after that challenge or even during that challenge, like, if I didn't have to work the next day and there's challenges like that, I'm going to be willing to do whatever I can for our tribe, and I just got that. I got that benefit that I didn't have to work the next day when this challenge started super late in the evening. And if I remember correctly, most of our tribe was already asleep by the time you guys announced the challenge. So no hard feelings. I'm excited. I'm excited that I'm here. I'm excited that I get to participate in these challenges, and yeah, I'm excited.
To add on to Jamie's, I maybe caught up on just a tad bit of sleep from staying up so late on that challenge today.
I have come to the conclusion that I'm only going to get at most 4 hours of sleep a night. Yeah, so it's fine. It's all good. All right. Julia, 5 days in seems early to be playing a strategic game. Do you feel like you are basing your vote off of overall connections you've made in your tribe, or are you basing it off of strategy?
Well, those two things go hand in hand because obviously the strategy is being the majority, and being in the majority means going with the overall connections that you make. So I feel like for something this early, that voting with the majority is the best strategy, especially since this is our first tribal. Just going with that easy vote is probably the best thing we could do, or at least I think I can do.
Awesome. All right. Nico, 5 days in, there has got to be talk, or at least suspicion, about idols. Do you think it's still early to be worried about idols, or is that something you consider when deciding where your vote goes?
I think it's Survivor, and obviously a lot of us came out here and we're excited to play and we're excited to use the idol hunt function. Based on the complexity of the paths that I've currently experienced, I can't imagine that you stumble upon an idol. It feels like something where you're gonna have a couple of steps to pull it off. That being said, I've been doing some musing over the disadvantage that was played on us, and so I don't know whether that came from another tribe, whether that was some mechanic of something one of our tribe members did. So I don't think I'm personally worried about idols. I think it's an early day 5 vote, and that's what we're going for. Is we're going with the majority and the connections that we've made. And I think it would be a little early to really be focusing on idols.
All right, Rob, the first vote in a tribe is always so important in order to prove loyalty to the people you trust. Do you feel like this first vote is an easy vote? What do you feel like your tribe is basing this vote off of?
Microphone was in the wrong place. As much as, we've heard people say that there is an easy vote, I think ultimately all of these votes are going to be difficult. No one is really relishing in writing anyone's name down. And so there is that level of challenge of, we've all been getting to know each other pretty extensively over almost nonstop Skype chats and video calls over the last, 5-6 days? Hard to keep track. So I don't think it's an easy vote in terms of, we're gunning for this person, we want to get this person out. I do think that folks are potentially making their vote based off of who they feel that they have the most connections with and who they feel that they are comfortable with working with in the future. And so I think in that instance, it's, we'll see a bit more about how the tribe feels about whether they want to continue working with each other or if there are divides after the fact.
Yeah, I just wanted to add in that I definitely feel the same way. Like, even though it's only been a couple days, like, it feels like I've known everyone for like weeks or months now. And like, even though it's only a couple days in, like, my heart is just racing thinking about being here, because knowing like either it's going to be me or someone else that like I'm not going to talk to someone or I'm not going to talk to everyone, like, it definitely like gives me a little bit of like panic. Like, I like everyone.
All right, so your question, Denara, is first time Gazania has had to come to tribal council. Has there been a lot of scrambling, or was there kind of a general consensus? Do you feel like you are on the chopping block tonight, or are you using this vote to test loyalties and see where trust lies?
So I don't think there's been a lot of scrambling. I think it was kind of expected that everyone would be, but I think everyone just kind of knows where they're putting their vote tonight. Like, it's just kind of like we've already each decided individually where we think that our vote should go, and so we're just kind of accepting that whatever happens, happens. And I feel pretty good about it. I don't want to say that I feel confident that I'm not going to get voted out, because those people we all know always get voted out. But I feel cautiously optimistic that I'll be here tomorrow. I definitely think that this will bring the tribe together, in that we don't want to vote anyone out again in the future. Like, we don't want to come back here. Like, we hate voting someone out tonight, so we don't want to come back here. So I think it'll unify us that way.
Awesome. All right. Happy birthday, Denara. Can we sing to you?
Thank you. Yes.
All right. Ready, everybody? Right before tribal votes get passed.
Don't vote me out.
All right. Happy birthday,
to you. Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday,
Happy birthday, dear Denara. Happy birthday to you.
It was so late.
Don't send me home now.
Oh my goodness.
This was either very sweet or very cruel.
Yeah. Right.
All right. Well, on that note, you may now cast your vote in your private host chat with your vote and the voting confession, and I will get those together. Are you guys ready?
No.
If anyone has a hidden immunity idol and they would like to play it, now is your time. All right. No one stands.
I'm sorry, Sarah. I didn't catch.
Oh, I said if anyone has a hidden immunity idol and would like to play it, now is your chance to play it.
Oh. I thought Jamie was just about to play an idol right
Yeah, me too. I was like, oh,
Right?
I was like, wow, Nikolai, your read was way off.
Oh yeah, my read was trash.
All right. No one stands, so we will get to the votes. First vote, Rob. I am sorry, but it was the best choice for the tribe. B. Absolutely nothing you did, going with the plan. Rob, it kind of felt like it was a me or you. No hard feelings, I hope. B, you're a great girl. Unfortunately, I never got to connect with you. I wish you the very best of luck. Rob, my vote is for you because I don't feel and trust that you really want to work with me. B, sorry I had to write a name down and yours was Ed. All right, so right now we have 3 votes Rob, 3 votes B. This last vote will decide who goes home and will be the second person voted out of Survivor Mallorca. And the final vote is Rob. It's nothing personal at all. It was great getting to know you, and I wish you the best of luck. All right, so Rob, you have been the second person voted out of Survivor Mallorca. Do you have any last words?
Okay, guys. This is fun.
All right.
I'll miss you.
It was really great getting to know you.
All right. Thank you guys so much, and I hope you have a great birthday, Denara. And hopefully we don't have to see you guys here again soon. The next immunity challenge will be up very shortly.